The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. How you guys doing?
Okay. We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto.
What's up? What is up? Back with another new episode of the StyleBeasting podcast, episode 116, with your host with the most, Del Wall. And we're gonna go ahead and start it off. Started off with me losing faith in people. In the past couple of weeks, I've gotten privy to information about certain people that I know that flip-flop when certain people aren't around. And it got me thinking like, because I was talking to an OG of mine, and me and him were talking about watching people as they grow, or the growth of people. Because some people grow differently from you, even if they are cool with you. And when I found this out, I was just like, damn, this person do all this shit behind closed doors. Now, mind you, I don't give a fuck what niggas do behind closed doors, but not when it affects, well, yeah, because it kind of does affect me. I know the person. And I don't know, it just like rubbed me the wrong way with the information I found out. And it was like, damn. Stupid. Guess I can't fuck with that person, really. And it's cool, but you're not supposed to really fuck with everybody. And I kind of slowly understand that now, because I thought he was cool, but fugazi as hell. But that's sort of where I want to start on, losing faith. And not just people, in things in general.
Correct!
But I guess that's why you also have to keep faith in people. Just because, just like, I won't say always assuming somebody's up to no good. Always have because you always have to have at least somewhat good intentions for people. Now, their actions can show you otherwise, and I'm not a fucking psychologist, so take this with a grain of salt. Excuse me. But I feel like you can have faith in the world. Now, depending on who you are and how your upbringing was, or how you view it on your side, the world may be too far gone for you to see any glimmer of hope. I am completely understand. I've been there multitude of times. You don't even have to ask, like, literally. But I'm starting to take advice from people that I didn't really see stuff with the cup half full. I really just saw an empty fucking cup. So, and this is coming from me, a guy who's always a Debbie Downer. Keep faith alive. Keep the faith alive. And keeping the faith alive, Donald Trump has been guilty of all 34 counts of his trial. When I saw that, I was like, bruh, I would have never have thought the court system would have hit that nigga with that. I'm not even being funny. I don't know if he's going to, I have highly doubt he's going to serve jail time. But if he do, that's crazy. And this also sparked up another crazy theory. Well, a theory and discussion. What if he wins the election and pardons himself? That would be insane. That would be probably borderline the most insane thing in America history ever. Well, second. Well, yeah, first, because Hunter Biden also got 25 years for that coke and the other shit he did, which is probably the second craziest thing. But which I'm going to get to next. But yeah, Trump got hit with that. And people are saying how maybe it's time for us to have a fugitive as president. And it's in my mind like, bruh, as a country, how stupid can you be to think that, and I'm not saying Biden's doing the greatest job ever, but I'm saying as in thinking we should have a man who has 34 counts as a fugitive. A fugitive, a guy who's probably going to go to jail as president. That he could just pardon himself and just be like, it didn't happen. That's fucking insane. That's ridiculous. Now, I am of the belief that we do need younger and more. And by younger, I mean like there has to be a gap 40 to 60. You could be president. After that, it's like, all right, cool, you done. And depending on how your mental health is too. Because if you're like, if you got dementia, you shouldn't be president. But yeah, you should be probably a 20-year gap of the age that you could be president. And after that, like, no, because it's just hard to be president. And that's like at least two and a half terms. So yeah, I think you should be able to get 2.5 terms in so you can try. So yeah, I think that should be the new rule. But as we are now, we're just probably gonna have like a bunch of old people. Well, Obama wasn't old; it just the job gets to you. But Biden was old when he became president. Shit, I think he was older than Obama when Obama ran for president.
This old nigga is old enough to be my dad.
Which that is wild because Obama hasn't been president probably within 10 years. So that's fucking insane. But I don't know if Donald Trump's probably gonna run again. Knowing that nigga, knowing his ego, he's gonna run again, and it's gonna be probably the wildest run in president history. It was probably wilder than his last run at presidency. So we'll see how that goes. But and also in corrupting the world as we see it, if that makes any sense, this next point. Some indigenous people I think somebody gave some indigenous village internet and now they're addicted to porn.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And that's not me being funny. I'm being dead serious. That's literally what happened. And it's like, bro, how did you even search? How do you even search? What do you don't even know what powers are in? I'm so fucking confused. How do indigenous people know what porn is? Actually, matter of fact, I take that back. They probably literally clicked on one thing and they took it to some website and they just saw people having sex and were like, oh. So yeah, I could totally see that. And it's like, oh man, bro, maybe we shouldn't give indigenous people internet. Maybe we should just let them be indigenous for a reason. Let's not try to integrate them into human society. Let them stay in their society. And the only reason I'm saying, and even those missions where people go to like certain places and like teach people Christianity, I'm a little against that too. I think we should let people do them. If they've been doing what they've been doing for how many years and they're still there, maybe they got something that maybe the way their method is working for them. Our method works for us. Let's keep it at that. Because now that they're addicted to porn, I don't know what the fuck, I hope it doesn't mess up their civilization. Because if it does, that's probably the biggest fuck up in human history. So yeah, 2 big ass fuck ups. Gave indigenous people porn, and we might have a president with 34 counts pardon himself. So yeah, crazy shit is happening. What? Shit, there's one more crazy ass shit in the world that happened. A pastor told a woman who was getting in the spirit of church to shut up, hush is my time. Which this is probably the craziest top 3 things I'm going to speak about in the first part of this pod, because that's fucking insane. I've been to many of churches. I never, ever, ever in my life have seen or witnessed or heard any pastor not let a person get what they were going to get their testimony out or shout or praise for God. And it's like that egotistical, like it's all about me, this me, is that tells you that what kind of church that he's running. If you're just interested in getting your word out, that's crazy. You shouldn't be trying to get your word out. You should be trying to get the word of God out. But now it's all about you and you speaking. Let that woman get her praise on. That's what the church is for, to get people's praise on and get the word out and get their emotions out. That lady was probably about to get some shit off her chest. But here you go, trying to be the star player. And sometimes all you need is seeing that one time in the church and be like, yeah, I can tell what kind of church you're running. We're going to watch the money with your ass. And I bet you he drives like a Mercedes. Or he drives like a not normal car. Like he drives a high class car. Like, all right, bro, why are you driving a high class car and the church can't get AC? That's probably crazy. Or he probably doesn't even do that. He's just probably just a guy who just wants to be the center of attention. But it's not about you. But hey, man, sometimes people gotta have to get it through their heads. Like, it's not about me, it's about everybody. So yeah, it's wild. It's wild as fuck. But off of the wildness of the world, let's get into the video game portion, because of Summerfest and Xbox Xbox Showcase happened, and we saw a lot of PS5 and a lot of Xbox games coming out on the horizon. So I'm gonna start with the PS5 showcase. So we got a couple games shown. We got shown Alan Wake DLC, and we're gonna get in 3 story parts. And I haven't played Alan Wake 2, but I've seen gameplay of it. This game is scarier than the last one. Like, there's a little jump scares in this game that I was like, oh shit, I didn't know they put that in there. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely something that I'm not playing at night. Black Myth Secret of Wukong, that game's finally coming out in August, and I'm like super excited because I'm like, okay, this game that we've been seeing, it's that monkey with that staff that game that you probably thought is one of those games that you think are never going to come out, but it's actually coming out. Amen. And I'm pretty fucking excited about it because it's probably a Dark Souls-esque game, but with all the wacky combos and all the shit I've seen from it, it's looking like it might be some crazy high power. I want to say Bloodborne of sense, because there's 2 more Dark Souls-esque games coming out. It's a Chinese game. I forgot the name of it because it was a Chinese. I think I remember right. 4 years ago, a Chinese developer came out with a game, and it was a model kind of like Devil May Cry with style combos, but you would run around with like a blue disc around you doing combos. That game's coming out for the PS5 too. I forgot the name of it and I can't seem to find it, but that game is hard as fuck. Actually, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that bitch. Oh shit, I didn't know. Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on, because I gotta get to this next. Damn it.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Jericho, okay, it's called The God Slayer. Okay, boom. That's the name of the game. Damn, it took me fucking forever to find that shit. But yes, it's called The God Slayer, and From the looks of it, it's pretty fucking beastly. Yeah, yeah. This is looking real good. Yeah. This is looking real good. I'm looking at it now. Yeah. This is looking great. But that wasn't. That's that another game coming out, Dynasty Warriors Origins. And if you ever play Dynasty Warriors, it's ridiculously fun. Hordes of enemies, and you could cleave through them. Fucking amazing. Phantom Blade Zero. It's I want to say Sekiro, a pseudo open world Sekiro. Oh god! With weirder monsters and better combat. Now, it's gonna piss me off because I hope to God that this is not like a super parrying system, which I feel like it is. It looks nasty as hell. It's like on some Iron Monkey type shit with a sword. What the fuck? Wait, what? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna like this game. It's looking good. Now, oh man, I'm gonna hate this parrying system. Fuck. Why does everything gotta have a parrying system? Shit. But also with the new games coming out, Where the Wind Meets. If I'm not mistaken, what kind of is this a top view game? Oh no, because you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing but okay. That's wild. But also in new games, we also got a trailer for Street Fighter 6. Now, season 2 is coming out. And when I was announced to the trailer, I was like, okay, let's see what's coming out. I immediately saw Terry and I was like, what the fuck? Because that also plays into Garo, the new fighting game coming out also. So why wouldn't we put a promo character for our game in Street Fighter 6? Probably, well, not probably, probably the best Street Fighter that ever came out. Because not only did we do SNK versus Street Fighter, let's put them in there. And not only that, they put Mai in there. Which is crazy because it's like, oh shit, they're doing it. And they put Elena in it. And I'm like, bruh. And Elena's older. I'm like, oh shit, this is hard. Now, this one, the last character they announced, Bison, I'm mad that he's coming out. Well, he's almost, I think he comes out June the 24th. And I'm like, bro, they put this nigga back in here. Now, this is why I say this might be the best Street Fighter ever made. Bro, they made Bison look so fucking beastly. Bro, Bison gameplay, bro, it kills me that every Street Fighter trailer I see makes me want to play the character. Every character I see, I want to play. Bison looks like he's actually something now. And I seen his buttons. He's not that big of a charge character anymore. The only charge move he has is the Psycho Crusher. His knee press is a motion move. Crazy as fuck. You know how crazy that is? Now, I think his Devil Reverse is still a charge move, but only 2 of his moves are charged. That means his combo's going to be easier to do. Bro, that's nasty. That's insane. And they updated Street Fighter 6. Now Marissa can go through armor moves. That shit is fucking ridiculous. They nerfed DJ to hell, but I think they gave him like a secret buff that nobody saw. But I seen some combos. I'm like, that's a weird technique or button that he has. And seeing some Takedo. Some Takedo versus Daigo online matches with Daigo using Akuma, I can definitely see that Akuma is a problem. But I can also see that his health is still trash because I seen Zangief kill him in 2 touches. So it's like, that nigga health is still garbage. But it makes sense because Akuma is pretty fucking broken. Like, I seen that nigga get some combos off. I'm like, damn, that's nasty. Like, if you know Akuma, you're gonna get some damage off. Shoot, even his fucking level 3 critical art is like really strong. Like, it's like really strong. I think I seen Daigo hit Takedo with it with like a raw level critical art, and that shit did like 40%. I'm like, oh shit, this is like bad. If you would have caught him slipping with less health, that way he would have won that one. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's a little strong. Now, Bison comes out is the first character. The second character is Terry, Elena, and Mai. And I think the last character Mai comes out in the winter 2025. So it's like, ooh. But that's a pretty good time away because it's already June. And since freaking Bison comes out this month, that means we got a couple more coming up pretty soon. So yeah, we can get through these in the next 5 months with 3 more characters. So yeah, they definitely got time. Now, I'm probably gonna main Akuma first, but then when Terry comes out, it's over. Cause that drive cancel and the Buster Wolf, oh my god. Bro, Buster Wolf, a drive cancel to Buster Wolf combo might be the stupidest shit ever. And when Garo, the fighting game, comes out, it's probably gonna be even dumber. So there's a lot of new fighting game comes out. Shit, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero comes out in August, bro. There's gonna be a lot of characters coming out for that game, and they already showed a good number of them, and I think they showed Raditz, Bardock, and who else? Golden Frieza. So yeah, this list is gonna be pretty stacked, and we might get Morrow and that sniper nigga because that's already amazing. Now, the detail they're putting into this game, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and the story is going to be in story mode of the game is going to be ridiculous. You can make your own what if stories, and I think the what if story they already have installed is what if Goku went Super Saiyan against Vegeta when they first went to Earth. Boy, that shit was hard. That shit was mad. That shit was like real good looking.
Yes, sir.
So now I guess we just wait for a character list now to see who we're gonna get, who else we're gonna get. So I don't know if we're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna have to do character. Yeah, they could do a character trailer on every character. Well, not every character. You could do like 5 characters per. So yeah, they could definitely do it. So I have faith in them. Now the game that I'm gonna put the most time in, Monster Hunter Wilds? Boy, let me tell you something. I didn't play Monster Hunter. What's the one for the Switch?
Stupid.
Monster Hunter Rise? Yeah, I ain't played Monster Hunter Rise. I wish I would have, but I don't know. I just couldn't rock with it. Now, Monster Hunter Wilds, boy, let me tell you something. Oh my god. They showed 3 monsters and probably the flagship monster. And by flagship, I mean the monster that's probably going to be the big boss of the game until more DLC come out for it. So just like Nergigante was for World, Valkana was for Iceborne, and Magla Marlow was for Rise. Now, and that vampire back later on. But seeing the game, they made improvements. You're the character you create can actually talk and actually like conversate, which is crazy because I think that's the first time they've ever did that. And not only that, your Palico, your cat that assists you in the fight, can talk too, which is amazing as fuck. Which means the guys who make your food, the cast, is going to be able to talk, which is going to be fucking wild. Now, so far, I think the information about the weapons is still, we're still going to have the same weapons as all. We're not going to get anything new. But in the past, you could in the past, you could only come out with one weapon out of the 14. But now you could come out with both at the same time, because in the trailer you see the main character coming out with a heavy bow gun and a katana, and it's like, bro. So not only can you, when you're hunting monsters riding around them, you can shoot them with the heavy bow gun and come in with the attacks, bro. That's going to chase hunting forever. Like, no bullshit. When this like game comes out, I'm gonna put so much time in it. It's gonna be ridiculous. Like, bro, that trailer alone showed me that there's already gonna be new mechanics, because the heavy, damn it, is it the heavy sword, the great sword? It has an animation where you can block the monster's attack if it tries to bite you, and while everybody tries to attack it, you can like weaken it. Bro, that's gonna be amazing. That means the sword and shield might have something crazy. That means the sword and shield might have a crazy animation when you have to use it as a shield bash. So yeah, that, oh my god. And it might be like quick dodges with the heavy bow gun. Yeah, it's gonna be some crazy shit, and I can't wait. I really can't. So yeah, I wonder if we're going to be able to grapple on them, or what grappling system we're going to use. Because we had the grapple shot, we had the wire bugs. I wonder which this was going to be. Let's see. Well, let's find out. Hopefully, it's probably some other grapple shot. The grapple shot was OP. Now the wire bug system was cool, but I don't know. That grapple shot was ridiculous. And turf wars are back. Because you see the flagship monster, which I think it might be Mago of different versions of not Maglamarlo. Fuck.
That's okay. Take your time.
Shagaru Magalo. It looks like that with a real gun laser as a horn that shoots giant lightning bolts. So we're gonna see how this is gonna work, because yeah, this shit looks fucking amazing. Like, I'm a big Monster Hunter fan. Like, I ain't played like all the Monster Hunters because I didn't really get them until like I played Monster Hunter World, but still amazing. Still, I'm locked in. I'm super locked in. Even with the new monsters they showed, I'm not like seeing nothing I'm really fucking with right now, but it's only like the first entry of, well, it's the second trailer of Monster Hunter Wilds, and we won't get another one till August. So we're still early. So let's wait and see what the other monsters come out, so I can give them a good look through and peek and see what they look like. But all 4 games, let's move into the music. So, Cardi versus Bia, another rap beef that we definitely didn't want or see coming. So, I guess Bia and Nicki Minaj are cool, and as you know, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj aren't cool. I guess Bia is jumping out there after hearing the Cardi's new song that she's on with Meg, that wanna see or wanna be remix, and I guess Bia didn't like it and wrote a diss to Cardi. It was bad. It was a bad shot. Now, Cardi went on Instagram Live and was like, this girl talks about how it said a whole bunch of girls say I'm ugly. Tell them. Tell me who they are. And basically just saying that she's like clout chasing. And to be honest, and all I could think about it was how bad Cardi B looked. Like, not bad as in like she was horribly looking, but like bad as she was beautiful. And I was like, damn, I forgot how Cardi B looks like without the makeup. Like, she looks better without the makeup. And them titties were popping. Like, you saw the areolas. That's neither here nor there, but they were popping. So the beef was nothing really. And I guess Bia tried to like say like, hey, everybody fucked your husband or some shit like that. And it's like, all right, man, like, who gives a fuck? Like, this rap beef wasn't all that. And it's all right, man. Nobody really was caring about this at all. And she was trying to, and she type in not like Gun's type beat and try to rap on it, and it was bad. Like, it was bad. And speaking on bad looks, Method Man and Redman aren't doing Summer Jam in New York anymore because I guess people wasn't resonating with them. And if you saw the lineup, that was horrible for them. Whoever is their promoter is a bad promoter because that lineup had like Roddy, Red, Sexy Red, Little Baby, and I forgot who else was on it. But I'm like, Method Man and Redman are like, don't even fit that demo. Who that listened to that one? And I think Mike was 42 Doug on it. Either way, even if he was on it, that's still like a wild list for him to be on. But me personally, I think not saying Method Man and Redman can't still perform because they can still perform. It's just the fact that like you should have known you shouldn't have went there. Now I know this is from it was in New York where you guys are from. Well, Method Man's from Jersey, but it's still like, bro, like, not saying it's a young man's game, but if you saw that list, you should have known to yourself, like, maybe we're not going to fit this demo. And I heard a whole bunch of people saying how different genres respect their elders. Well, not a lot of the elders link up with the youth on that genre. I guess it gives people like, yeah, people are still listening like to AC/DC and stuff like that. Like, people listen to Method Man and Redman, but do people want to go see a concert with Method Man and Redman? No. And it's okay. I can still appreciate your music, but not want to see you in concert. It hits different. And Method Man and Redman won't hit on at that point for those kids or whoever's there in that crowd. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think Method Man can still, and Redman can still go out there and still do what they do, but it has to be in their brackets of like tiers. And by tiers, I mean like how you're going to need to be in there with somebody like Lloyd Banks, like those guys of that era, like of your era, not anybody too younger than you guys. So yeah, yeah. So it's a double-edged sword. Either you're too old or you're too young. So, hey, there it goes. But all in artists trying to, well, I won't say try to fit in. Well, yeah. Well, I won't say fit in, but try to like keep him in the fit, or that, I don't think that makes any sense. But Gunna is still out here, and people have been, because it got me thinking, like, Gunna is beating those allegations of coming out and not be. Well, we don't know he's 100% rat, but the rat allegation is not having a career because 6ix9ine snitched on his friends, but Gunna can still make music, unlike 6ix9ine, because I don't know what the hell that nigga was doing. But Gunna, like I said, Gunna's album was good, but you see Gunna out and about more often than not, because I think he was throwing footballs with the Patriots, and he's like doing fashion shows. It's like, damn, niggas really like keeping Gunna close to the vest. Now, me personally, is because of him being able to make good music. Because if he wasn't be able to make good music, I don't think people would gravitate to him or still fuck with him. And even though that's messed up, it's the truth. Like, if you can make good music, you could let a lot of shit pass. But if you can't make good music, then you just might as well be ass.
And it's time to die. So let's get one thing straight. Your vital signs are
And speaking of ass, I probably won't go to any festivals this summer. I know. I normally be in the game, be at some festivals out the ass, but I don't know. This year, I think I'm gonna take it easy. I think I'm gonna say that for later in the year, when I think I might go to a Juvenile concert in Charlotte. I might go to that one. Look, I might. I actually am gonna go to that one. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to that one. So yeah, there's no festival for me. Probably is gonna be enjoying. I'm gonna enjoy the summer this year, but I'm definitely gonna be like, yeah, festival might be on for next year. This year, I'm chilling.
That's just prime.
This ain't it, Chief.
And speaking of chilling, speaking on chilling, Drake. Well, let me rephrase that. A AI Drake song came out because recently this Canadian parody rapper made this song, and it was supposedly Hey Delilah, a parody song with Drake. Come to find out that people were all in the uproar saying this is the worst thing Drake has ever done in his life. His career is asunder. But we found out it was AI. And niggas now look fucking stupid because now niggas like, oh man, Drake career after losing to Kendrick, this man's making bullshit ass music. We had to stop the presses. And it's like, bro, chill the fuck out. Like, even though Drake lost the rap battle, he's still like gonna make good music. And even that song wasn't even that bad if you even think about it. Like, it was just a play of Hey Delilah. And I heard a song on Hey Delilah called Hey Tanisha, and it's almost the exact same. So, except without the Canadian voices. So, yeah. I don't know why niggas are bugging. Niggas is weird. But in good news, Lucky's album drops this week. Alongside Ski Mask, Tommy Richmond, and I want to say somebody else this Friday, June the 14th. But those are the albums coming out this week, and be on the lookout for new music on the next pod. But let's get into the anime section. So, new anime alert. Gotcha Kuta. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, but it's from the guy who wrote Fire Force. No, it's a guy who worked under the guy who wrote Fire Force. He's coming out with an anime from his manga, which is crazy as fuck that this gets an anime before Fire Force gets finished, which is insane and really fucking insane. But kudos to he or she that's the author of this, because I'm behind like fuck, but when I tell you this anime is fucking his manga is fucking fire, it's amazing. So it's a post-apocalyptic world where this kid goes dumpster diving. Everybody doesn't like him because he thinks he's a weirdo, but one day he gets in trouble, and they live on like this higher plane on an island on top of like clouds, and they don't know what lives below the clouds underneath them. So the main character gets pushed off the island and falls into the no man's zone. Come to find out that it's a zone full of like trash and people inhabiting another part of land, which is crazy enough to believe already that these niggas already on top of a land is on top of another land. And there's like hella monsters out there, and it's like you could use your power, like people, they have certain powers where they can enhance like certain objects that they wield, and the main character for some weird reason his powers is different from everybody else's. I'm not that far into the manga where they like start talking about the differentiating of the powers and shit, but so far the art's great, the main character's cool, the volume covers is on some Tokyo Revengers type shit. And if you ever seen a Tokyo Revengers volume cover, it's amazingly designed, and it's just like it. So it comes out in 2025. Don't know when in 2025, but the trailer's out. Can't wait to watch it. It's really fucking good. Fuck, I just I just thought about it. Like it was another new anime that's coming out. Shy Hero. I don't know anything about it. Apparently, I really don't know anything about this anime. I think it's really new, so I don't know anything about it. So it's coming out 2024. Like I want to say late. So be on the lookout for that. Kengan Ashura versus Baki. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I seen little clips people post. Actually, not even clips. I think I seen some stills somebody posted. I haven't watched it. I'm really like kind of mad because I think Jack might have lost, but here's hoping he didn't. And I'm happy they kept that the 2D animation style, which tells me that 2D Kengan Ashura probably would hit a lot harder than a 3D, but I'm not mad at it. Even though season 3 of Kengan Ashura is coming out, and I don't know how they're going to do it, because if they do Kengan Omega, there's gonna be a lot of in between shit that they're not gonna do or say or bring up, because I think the cloning aspect of Kengan Ashura was showing up in, like, that's what I'm saying. There was a bunch of, just like Record Ragnarok on Netflix, they don't show the in between stuff between the fights that speak about what's happening behind the scenes. Like if you did like Record Ragnarok, if they added the scenes in when they get to Odin trying to revive the primordial gods from the start of the whole tournament, then that would hit harder in the anime. But since they're not doing the in between stuff. When they get to that, niggas gonna be like, how we get to this? How do we get here? Because there's a lot of shit that's missing. And I'm thinking that's what's going to happen in Kengan Ashura's case. Like they might finish Ashura, and like people is going to have to be like, okay, I might have to read it, because you might have to read, low key. You're going to have to read the entire, from the start of the tournament to the end of the tournament, because like I said, in between the stuff you guys didn't see. So when they do Kengan Omega, if they do it, they can not do the same shit they fucked up in the first part and show everything in between the fights, even though there's less in between fight stuff in Omega, because instead of like hiding the information, they have to tell you the information, because the stuff that's happening at the end of Ashura that leads up to Omega, that's the main focal point of Omega, especially when you get to the first tournament, because it's like that nigga's a clone and that we killed that nigga in the Ashura, so how's that nigga alive? Like that shit. So yeah, they're gonna have to do that, and it's gonna be a whole lot of restructuring. I really hope they do that, because oh boy, man, when they like Baki, thank God they did not do that to Baki, because when they get to, because I think Netflix might do the entire new Baki run, even up to where we're at right now in the manga. So I have no doubts in Baki, and I wish they would have done the same thing for the other ones, but that's neither here nor there. Another Netflix one, Delicious Dungeon, its final episode, it airs today, and season 2 has been announced. I haven't seen any of it except the clips people post, because it's not my cup of tea. But from what I've seen of it, it's like Konosuba in the jokes aspect, with the whole Dungeons and Dragons scenarios going on. So I'll give it a chance. I'll give it out, because if I could watch Konosuba, I could watch this.
Correct!
Oh shit, I forgot. Konosuba season 3 is out. Now, Konosuba's got, this season is hilarious. Like hilariously funny. I have nothing negative to say about Konosuba this season. This season has a lot of action, a lot more action. The jokes hit a lot harder, and I'm content. I'm honestly can tell you, I'm content of how good Konosuba is. And I don't know if there's a manga to this. This probably is, but if it's finished, I will definitely like to read it, because I would definitely see how, if he goes back home, or if he has a choice this time to go back home and just become a normal nigga or stay there and become there with his friends. Well, no, I think he died. Never mind. I'm thinking about ReZero. ReZero, I want to know where they're at because or what is if he gets a choice to go back or not. Because ReZero's another season of ReZero is going to announce. I've watched all of this episodes of ReZero. Brother, it's going to get. I heard it's a lot more death in this one. I'm like, oh god, like oh man, like that bunny scene was like. Ugh. I was like, fuck, man. I don't need no more death. And even though the show is all about niggas dying to come back alive, in my soul, that was probably the worst death ever. Getting eaten by bunnies, and this nigga was like a corpse. Bro, I don't even, oh, god damn it. And I'm not against gore in anime. I'm just like, taken aback because I'm taken aback in the sense of like, bro, that's a lot. Like this, it was like a lot of dying. Like when I mean a lot of dying, I was like, damn, nigga, like, can we not get like, can we get some sense of joy in this? Like, nigga, all I'm seeing is like niggas getting clapped left and right. Freaking. I think it was, matter of fact, yeah, all of ReZero was niggas getting clapped left and right. And that's why I was like, that was probably one of my biggest gripes about it. Cause I'm like, bro, like, I shouldn't have to watch. Well, if the show is all about niggas getting killed, I guess I can't say, I don't want to see a nigga get clapped the whole damn time. But nigga, that's the main point of the show. Niggas getting clapped. So I can't be against it. I was just of the impression like, damn. Like for the episodes where, damn, what's that? The blue haired chick Rim, where she got killed by greed all those times. It was like, damn, nigga. Like, bro, like, come on, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of niggas dying. Like, I'm like, all right, bro, like, chill out. Let's get a win. And when that fucking the girl that he is really in love with, when her fucking spirit became like a giant wolf and froze the entire world and froze him, I'm like, oh, bro, I don't got time for this nigga to do this shit. And then you find out this nigga became greed. I'm like, man, whatever. I'm done. That put me in a new spectrum of like, what the fuck are we even doing, man? Like, what are we doing? Like, that should not be that. I shouldn't have to see, niggas shouldn't have to die like all them times. And I guess that makes the scenes where he makes like actually has a win more powerful, because when he fought that giant whale, that was a great ass scene. Even though I didn't like it, where he had to like be calm, even though niggas around him was dying all the fucking time, and niggas was like, man, you gotta calm down. Nigga, like, nigga, what the fuck you mean calm down? I just saw a nigga get clapped in my face 30 fucking times. Fuck all that calm down shit. I'm on bullshit. So I understand, like, okay, maybe he needs to calm down because other people don't know what's going on. But fuck, man. And the time where he was able to tell somebody like, hey man, I'm dying every time and I come back alive. That shit was sad too, because he was like, bro, I had to tell somebody, man. I was sad, depressed. So the wins in this show are mad wins, emotional wins. The emotional wins are like wins, but the victory wins, like the fighting, are wins. Like, boy, when they had to fight the bow slasher, that bitch got on my nerves. That bitch got on my motherfucking nerves. Like, every time this bitch came out, oh, well, I'm just going to slice your guts up.
Nasty bitch.
fucking stupid bitch. But I think a bunch of more isekais are coming out. Oh, Reincarnated as a Slime's out. Jobless Reincarnation's back. And I think I have to get back into that show. Isekais really put me in the headspace of like, nigga, there's too many fucking isekais. Let's regroup and let's redo this again. But if I want to watch anime about, I think it's about parrying. Like, I'm the strongest parry person in the world. I'm like, all right. If I have to watch a nigga isekai into a world of he has to parry to win, I'll check it out. Whatever. But hey, they get me on the name, so I'm sold. But also in anime, Kiku Man or Ultimate Muscle, the prequel to Ultimate Muscle, is coming out, and it looks good. And you could I wish they, well, if you were a fan of Ultimate Muscle, you probably are seeing it, but I wish they would have done this anime a little sooner, bro, because it's like, bro, this nigga looks great, and you can see why this nigga was a champion, was revered as a champion when Kid Muscle became that became a wrestler. Because it's like, bro, this nigga looked like he had to fight some demons. And he honestly did. Like, I could see them niggas fighting demons. And I can honestly see that Kid Muscle's group is probably the weakest group in the wrestling world. Because the Antler nigga barely won. The Walrus nigga barely won. The Cowboy nigga barely won. Well, he won more than the barely niggas. But Kid Muscle, even though he's a bitch, he got his dubs. And they might have to do Ultimate Muscle reboot. Because if you're doing Kiku Man, you might as well do Ultimate Muscle to piggyback off the prequel you just did. Which is why I'm confused that we're not getting a Fire Force season 3 to finish off so we can get a Soul Eater reboot, since Fire Force is a prequel to Soul Eater. But again, I'm not mad. We'll just have to wait because they're doing Blue Exorcist. And even though Blue Exorcist is, how am I trying to say this? The pacing that they're doing is off. And from what I heard, the pacing's off, and it's still not conjunctive to the manga in some sort of way.
Dirty D's done that to cheap.
But we'll just have to see how that goes. And I think that's, Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 10 has descended, and spoiler alert, they reached 10, and the small captain with the twin swords, he wears him as an armor. So seeing him animated fighting the captain, and then later going to help the captain later, it makes it a way better fight. And I can't wait to see how they're going to do Don, because that comes out in 4 months. So we get to see how that gets animated, how that pacing is. But from what I hear, we're going to see the Evil Eye arc. So I think we might stop at where we had to fight the Godzilla Kaiju. Not the second time, the first time with the girl inside. So yeah, anime is getting stacked again, back-to-back years. So be on the lookout for some new information, some new stuff dropping. So that's the end for the anime. Let's move to the manga portion. So technically, My Hero is over. Now, there's only a couple chapters left, I believe, because the newest chapter that came out, we see Deku and the graduating class, and and we see basically everybody's graduating. Lemillion and his group are leaving. Deku and his squad are second years now, and Eraser is still their teacher. And from what I can see, and for what they show, Naval Laser Dude has quit school for right now, but he's coming back. And I can understand why you quit school, the hero school, because you kind of did snitch. And it's technically not fair that you get to stay and snitch and be a hero while everybody else, even though you grinded like everybody else to get to that point. Yeah, he still snitched.
What's going on? What the fuck did I do wrong? Tell me.
But we also see that Bakugo's going through the fucking, what's that called? Rehab, because his arm's still bandaged up. I think Shoto's still a little fucked up. I think everybody's still fucked up a little bit. So basically telling us like, hey, the world's still fucked up. Even though people are coming together now, we're still in a fucked up place because a lot of our heroes are either fucked up or dead. And I think in the last page we see is Endeavor sitting in front of Dabi's body, which probably is the final like goodbye that they needed. But I want to see what Endeavor looks like, because Endeavor's family looked like shit halfway through that fight, and I definitely want to see if he's still in that state or not. He probably is, because he's in a wheelchair. He looks bandaged up, so he still looks kind of fucked up, like really fucked up. But I guess we'll find out next week. Well, probably in 2 weeks, because they're on break. How's it gonna look for? How's it look for My Hero for the future? Because apparently we're supposed to be getting My Hero Part 2 like right after My Hero Part 1, which I kind of believe, because the last chapter we read showed this like fucked up kid bleeding from his mouth walking out of a building, and it's like, who the fuck is this nigga? And I don't think he's anybody that we've seen prior to, so this might be. So the confirmations that My Hero Part 2 is coming, it looks like it's going to be more, I would say, Deku. It might be Deku. Yeah, I see it going to still be Deku, because they're still in school. So I can see that. Oh shit, I'm stupid. Because he's still telling us the story of how he became the greatest hero. And even though he saved the world, he still is not the greatest hero. So, okay. All right. The story's not over. So, okay, I guess we could still keep going. Yeah, we could definitely still keep the My Hero train going, because I think we definitely have to see My Hero Part 2, because depending on how Endeavor, Dabi react, or like how the final chapter is, we might see Part 2. Well, I believe we're going to see Part 2. And the reason why I believe we're going to see Part 2, because they're putting out My Hero Vigilantes next year, which plays off of a couple people who do vigilante hero work that end up trying to become heroes, which I believe the main character of Vigilantes ends up becoming a hero. And because you see him in the chapter before the latest, 2 chapters ago in My Hero, you saw him standing on a scaffolding with his outfit on. And his outfit may look different from if you look at My Hero Vigilantes, his outfit is going to be a little bit different because he's wearing a visor, but that's obviously his outfit, and he became a hero. So he ended up achieving his goal. I don't read Vigilantes, but the stuff I've seen of it, he is trying to be a hero. Like a lot of the Vigilantes are trying to be heroes, but they are Vigilantes. So yeah, I fully believe My Hero Part 2 is coming out fully. Now, JJK came out, and I was reading, I'm like, this was a short, bro, it was like 9 pages. Now, granted, Gagey is sick, and I think he or she's going to be on break for like 2 weeks, and I think One Piece is going to be on break too. But yeah, I understand, because this is how I knew he or she, Gagey, was sick. It was 9 pages, just like how the Maki chapter fight was, and some of the images were scribble scrabble. and I thought it was like an artistic vision, but it was just like he was just sick. He or she was sick, and it was like, fuck it, here you go. So okay, your last page when you saw Rika crying to Yuta, that page looked kind of like, here you go. I'm about to get into bed. I'm sick. So I believe that volume chapters, when we get the physical volume, those pages might get fixed or might be longer. And in the anime, they might make them longer because of the sickness and health reasons. So yeah, I mean, it was just like Sukuna and Yuta / Gojo telling us that they have 3 minutes to beat each other, or one of them was going to lose. Now, Yuta's just now getting used to Gojo's body, even though he knows Gojo's body through like mental training for the swapping of the bodies, but he's not fully, even though he's Yuta, that's not his body. And Sukuna blitzed him because he used cursed energy manipulation, amplification while he was building his domain, so he could come in and stop Yuta Gojo from doing like infinite void. So Yuta's getting work currently, but it's only because that's not his body. He's not used to it.
Right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating. Take my word.
So I'm not on Yuta's ass I'm not on Yuta's ass in losing. He's not losing. Well,
that's okay. Take your time.
Well, he didn't even go that far. You did see him was getting knocked in the face, and that's it. You really didn't see a fight. So currently he's losing, but the fight's not over. You still got like 2.5 minutes left. So we still can see some new shit happen. And Yuji and Toto are right there. Even though I don't think they want to jump in his domain fight with like infinite slashes and like void destruction shit.
Shut your mouth, jabroni.
So in 2 weeks we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I really don't know, because that chapter's mad short. I thought niggas were bullshitting online, but it was really, 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 really fucking short. And speaking of getting cut off, Vegapunk gave us more of the message before. Well, let me start from the beginning. Chapter 1117 of One Piece, named Mo something, because it'll come back up later where I discuss the chapter. So Vegapunk and everybody's like, hey man, like, is this shit really true? Because niggas is worried, like, oh man, like shit, there's treasure underneath the ocean, but nigga, we can't go 200 meters underneath the sea because we don't have a ship that could do that. There's a bunch of giant big ass fish, and we don't know any fishermen to go down there. And even though they probably think there's a bunch of gold down there, you're not gonna survive going 200 meters in the sea. So AK Island's still getting fucked up. It's still a war zone. Like it's like a whole war over there, which I understand it, because nigga, like, a lot of information is coming out, and the Gorosei are losing it. They are losing it. Like they're really trying to stop Vegapunk from getting this message out, and they're really tripping. Now, Jinbei and Zoro are heading to the ship, while right behind the horse Gorosei, which is fucking hilarious that Zoro and Jinbei end up behind this nigga. Now, everybody's on the ship. Everybody sees Zoro and Jinbei, and that horse Gorosei jumps up and tries to destroy the ship. Now, with him doing so, he senses Zoro behind him and clashes with him. Now, Zoro, in comparison to this horse Gorosei, is small. Like, it's like ridiculously small. It's worse than, well, obviously, yeah, he is small, because in that form, Gear 5 Luffy was smaller than the Gorosei. And even Gear 5 Luffy is taller and bigger than, I'm trying to think. No. Luffy is still shorter than Zoro. So is Luffy shorter than Zoro? Luffy, in comparison to the Gorosei in their demon hybrid form, is ridiculously stout. But even with that, Zoro was able to clash with the fucking horse nigga, and they both bounce back, which speaks volumes to Zoro, because being able to sense Zoro, that plays in parcel to like him being able to sense all beings on the island, and it might play in parcel to Zoro's. When Zoro had to fight Mr. One, he said he had to sense the presence of life in the sword, or breath in the sword, or the breath in the slash. It was something dealing with the same concept as that horse girl say nigga. And it's like, this might come back. Because even though Zoro and him are swordsmen, it was just like, the way he looked at Zoro was like, oh shit, this nigga is actually coming at me. And I think Zoro might have Conqueror's Haki on that attack. Mike, don't quote me on it. But later in the chapter, you hear Vegapunk mention people with the D in their name. And when he said that, everybody started leaving like, huh? Because Sabo heard the call and he was like, oh shit, he's talking about Luffy. No, he's talking about Ace. What's my nigga name? Kobe heard it and thought of Luffy, and Blackbeard heard it and was like, what you about to say? But before he got the chance to say it, he got completely cut off and was able to say it, because he would say people with the descendant of the name D Muth, and then the giant robot that was fighting the Gorosei, which they remembered that he fought in the Mary Jo's 2,000 years ago. So obviously they've been around for almost 3. The robot got knocked out and the transmission got ended. Now, either 2 things got happened. Either that betrayer ass Vegapunk cut it off, because you see her at the last page slumped over, or something happened that niggas didn't play in parcel to begin with. Now, it's going to get real wild, because I don't think One Piece is coming out next week, but that when we get back, it's going to be like, what the fuck was he going to say? Because Blackbeard is immediately going, because if you saw Blackbeard's face, he was like, niggas like, huh? Wait, what you about to say? And I feel like it has to do it. He said M.O. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is M.O.? Are you talking about Mother Flame? What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You wasted 2 months of my fucking life to tell me that you get broke, that the whole conversation to get broken off. We don't find out what the fuck the name D supposed to stand. Well, we know me and Brian, I already talked about me and Brian think D stands for Dawn, because Toki, Odin's wife, mentioned Dawn like 15,000 times, and that would kind of make sense, but we don't know yet. But the also thing we found out that Drake's alive and well with Sword, even though we know he was alive, but Drake's there, and I'm like, oh shit, Drake's up, even though it's been like a week and a half, and he should be up and about. But I guess because he really got fault niggas, so I don't expect Drake to be up and about. But he's still fucked up. Now, hearing all this, in my mind, I'm like, there's no fucking way. If the Straw has obviously getting off the island. But from here on out, it's hands on deck. We finding everybody that heard this. We finding niggas that was there. We finding important niggas and ending them. Emu might blast every island in One Piece. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because if people start second guessing the Marine government, that's going to make them look horribly bad. I kind of probably knows a good portion of this, so he's going to have to be like, fuck, I gotta be justice. The people who know about this already, like Rayleigh, which makes sense because Rayleigh can cover boats in bubbles to go underneath the water, which is funny. And he probably already knew this. And I really want to know what Roger was laughing at the end of the world. Because everybody was laughing, and I'm like, I'm not getting where the laughing is coming from. Because if you're telling me that Roger was laughing because he found something and everybody else thought it was funny, that's cool. But like, what the fuck was y'all niggas laughing at? Shit, we gotta see Saul first. Matter of fact, fuck Saul. We gotta see the nigga on the fucking boat that every time somebody gets near him, gets hit with a whirlpool that they mentioned earlier that has the last poneglyph. I'm like, bro, we got so many questions and we ain't getting no fucking answers. We still got niggas we gotta look for. And I'm like, all right, man, like, what the fuck are we doing? What are the fuck are we doing, my nigga? Like, seriously. Like, I don't know what the hell. I honestly don't know what the fuck One Piece is anymore. Now they just became Waterworld, the anime and manga. But also speaking on shit, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Chainsaw Man Part 2 is out, the new chapter. And I didn't cover last week's chapter because I was like taken aback. So Chainsaw Man Part 2, Asa got a crew together to get Denji out the facility, which she didn't know Denji was the real Chainsaw Man. And we get to a chapter where Denji's like really stressed out about like how he always thinks with his dick, and he's like every time he thinks with his dick, it puts him in a bad predicament. And the war devil that's possessing Asa's like, yo, I'll cut it off for you. And he was like, all right, I guess so. And then like the next chapter, she like starts kissing him and jerks him off. And I'm like
nasty bitch.
What? How did we get here? Like, I don't like, honestly, man, like, I think Fujimoto is like mad wild. Cause like, it wasn't to the chapter after that she mentioned why she did it, but even still, it just like makes no sense. Because the only reason she jerked him off is because Asa, the girl she possessed, likes him. But like, it was just like, what? Like, bro, Fujimoto drew a hand job scene. And he pulled off a Neo Evangelion meme, because so in Evangelion, the main character is in the hospital room with this unconscious girl and jerks off on her. And at this, I think you see the scene of his hand covered in cum, and he's confused why he's doing it. And it was just like it was just like almost the mirrored scene, because it was literally almost a mirrored scene if you look at it. Damn it might as well be. And a whole bunch of memes came up out of it. Niggas that still don't know what this fuck Chainsaw Man Part 2 is, because the next chapter after, the War Devil and Asa get into an argument because why'd you make me jerk him off like that? And Denji don't know what the fuck going on. That nigga just walking around with his mouth ajar, eating sushi after getting like this weird hand job from this one arm chick. And now they're in a fucking restaurant called Death by Sushi, which means everybody in that next chapter in that sushi place is going to die. So I know I said I was going to start reading Chainsaw Man, but bro, I don't know why I can't stop reading it, because it makes no fucking sense. Like, it literally makes no fucking sense every chapter in Part 2. But I'm going to keep up with it, even though I don't want to. I'm going to have to keep up with it and keep reading. I guess I have no choice. And still speaking of me not having a choice of what to read, Boruto came out with some leaks that Boruto's sister, Himura, has a little bit of the Nine-Tails Fox in her. Like, it's like a chibi version of the Nine-Tails in her. And she's using BG Damas, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they gave Boruto's generation the biggest upskill and power ups ridiculously. Like, Boruto's Rasengan always hit it. Like, it hold on, let me get this right. Boruto's Rasengan, if I'm remembering the concept of one of his Rasengans, as long as the earth still spins, he can use the Rasengan as a protective shield.
Oh, what your ass say, Batman?
Do you not know how stupid OP, nigga? That alone makes no fucking sense. I want you to understand what I'm saying. As long as the earth spins, he can use Rasengan as a defensive or offensive measure. Bro, that's so fucking stupid concept wise. That means, like, why would you put that in there? Because I feel like somebody's going to stop the world. It's going to be like, oh no, I can't use Rasengan. Like, nigga, how can you stop the world from spinning? using ninjutsu or alien tech. Like, bro, what the fuck is Boruto on? And then his sister can use BG Dama, I believe, while transforming to the form. Bro, what in the fuck am I reading? Like, nigga, that is like OD fucking powerful. Like, no way in hell you're telling me your attack runs par and parcel if the world spins. That's fucking sick. That's fucking sick.
You shut your lying nigga lips up.
And still speaking on sick shit, Jack and Pickle met back up. And with this popping up, Jack gave Pickle a hug and was singing his praises. Not only to him giving Jack the push to become even better, but to elevate him and give him a new fighting technique. Because the way he was speaking on Pickle, he was speaking on Pickle like he was the master and Jack was the student, which is kind of true because Jack started biting right after Pickle bit his whole jaw off. And even Jack even mentions that, like, hey man, like that fight and that kiss, pause, made me who I am with that. And if you see Jack prior, but like before he got his face knocked off, him and Pickle were the same height at best. Probably like maybe like a couple of inches, maybe like half a foot taller than Jack. But like now, Jack is at least like 2 feet taller than Pickle. Looking down at him, he's like hunched over with his like looking at him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is he? He's so tall, he has to bend down and give Jack a Pickle a hug. That's how fucking tall it is. That's scary. And Pickle's already towering over niggas anyways. So that's even like ridiculous. But the final panel is, well, before the final panel, Pickle reacts is like, oh shit. This dude actually, like, even though he can't really understand human speech, he's like, oh shit, I remember this guy. And this guy's like giving me the same energy I was when I first met him. Now, Tokugawa mentioned, Jack, even though you did get bigger, he still looks at you as a little dinosaur in comparison to like the dinosaurs he fought. And Jack is like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to fight this nigga. And the last panel is Pickle taking a bite out of Jack's shoulder. Now, he didn't rip it off or nothing. He just bit it and that was it. Now, me looking at this, I don't think Pickle's going to rip through skin. And if he does, Jack won't give a fuck. So, and this will probably be like Jack's like, this might be Jack's karma for biting off the sumo wrestler thumb. He might get his shoulder bitten off, but he might not give a fuck. So, and he might just go on with the fight and whoop Pickle's ass. So if that happens, I'm gonna yell on this fucking podcast on how fucking hard Jack won.
I told you so.
So be on the lookout for that. That might take like 2 weeks for that to come out. It's because for some weird reason, Baki's like 1 week and off 1 week and on 1 week and off 1 week. So we'll wait for like 2 weeks to see if that comes out. But that's the end of the pod. I appreciate you guys listening. I'll be back next week with more. Come back soon and peace.